So I know we kind of talked about that in the beginning of the call briefly, but would kind of love to hear your take on like the current regulations and where you see them going, and what impact they might have on our space.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to regs, I mean, I think first of all, there's a lot of folks that I don't think they take it seriously enough. But I also think at the same time they they don't maybe need to take it as seriously because of maybe their jurisdiction, right? So it puts if they even have a jurisdiction, which is something to talk about, right? So, if you have teams that are, let's say, based in Hong Kong, right, where they have a pretty relaxed, kind of regulatory outlook on crypto, right? They feel like they have a chance to make a lot of the innovation, a lot of the moves happen in Asia. You could also say the same for Dubai, UAE, right? So depending on where maybe your personal group is, or the team is, or based on all of those factors, um, you may have a more relaxed approach to things because you don't have necessarily as much of a fear of regulation. But that's actually a bit of a misnomer because you still need to be you still need to make sure that you understand that unless you're taking steps to ensure that your target audience uh, is kind of that you're doing business with the folks that you intend to do business with, right? If you're not taking steps and you're not careful in that regard, uh, you put yourself in a very awkward position because there may in the future be regulations, or may in the future be some sort of action that could be taken against you personally, right? So you have the matter of civil, and then you have the matter of regulatory. And so I think both of those need to be carefully considered. A great example with Jones DAO is in our terms of service. There's a list of countries that if your IP is attached to it, you're geo blocked. You can't use the website. Um, you also are explicitly told you can't use any of the strategies on the website. Um, that may seem extreme to some folks, but that's kind of where we're at. And I think that it's important to understand where we're at in the regulatory environment, and understand who our intention is, that we don't want to be doing business where folks may not be allowed to because of ambiguity. So
Right.
these are not, we could argue about it, but there is the best way to, I think, protect yourself as a DAO and as an org is really to just get great legal counsel and really understand what you're doing, and really understand to the best of your abilities where the industry is kind of heading, and making sure that you are able to position yourself in a way that you are able to continue existing, right? I mean, um,
Yeah.
there are huge protocols out there that have gotten. I mean, sushi is. I don't know if that ended up being a true thing or it was not a true thing. And they're a great team. I know some of them personally. Um, I hate to see that stuff. So, there are all kinds of rumors that then go around, and it's just we need clarity in the space. But you know, right now the ambiguity in the space is where we're at. We need to be conscious and realistic of that, and so that means that if you're an operator in the space, you should be thinking about that. And I would even go so far as to say that if you consider yourself to be an investor in the space, let's say you're like investing in seed rounds, or you are taking, some tokens, or buying some tokens on an exchange or something like that. And this isn't financial advice, but like really consider, has the protocol done their due diligence when it comes to, um, you know, their legal risks, not just their viability of what it is that they're trying to do. They might have the greatest idea in the world if they're all You know, if they're all I don't know, serving time, that might not be that may not be very good for your portfolio. So it's just something to think about. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, look, I'm sure there's all kinds of illegitimate businesses and practices that go on all sorts of places. It's just, you know, why would I want to associate with anybody that acts and does like that too? And I think that dovetails nicely into partnerships versus collaborations as well. But maybe we can touch on that when we're ready.